Hey everybody, it's me, Rick Acosta, the Dodger Card Collector, coming to you with another video. Today is Saturday, December the 3rd. I'm really bad with dates even though we're this close to Christmas. Uh, Week after Thanksgiving, I finally started my Christmas shopping yesterday. I've told you guys in a previous video, it's the one time of the year that Christmas is the one time of the year that I get to buy a basketball card for my brother-in-law. I buy him a Christmas card every year. And yesterday I was able to snap up a 1971 Topps Jerry West in a PSA 5. Hopefully it arrives before Christmas. But I'm excited to get that out of the way I want to get all my Christmas gifts out of the way that require shipping to the house. So I'm excited about that. What do I got going on hobby-wise this weekend? Um, I had a big week last week, and you're going to see it not in today's video, but in the next coming upcoming videos. Last week, I participated in, I believe it's called the Collector's Connection. They had a big auction on a bunch of pre-war cards, and I really got lucky on a bunch of 1941 play ball cards. I think I won like 27 or 28, all graded, different lots or different bid auctions. So once those arrive, I'll probably show those off over a few videos coming up soon. And because of that, I am imposing a ban on buying any more sports cards the rest of this the rest of this year. Between that and it's been a great year, but it's time to slow it down. It's December. I got to start focusing on Christmas. So I have one more auction on a card tonight, or in a couple of hours on eBay, just a small common card. Other than that, that's the only card I'm going to try and buy in December. So what I'm gonna do hobby wise, I started this week. I'm getting ready. My next video after today's video, I believe I'm gonna finally be ready to show off my card room. And because I am showing off my card room, I also wanted to clean out my closet, just because I wanted to show off my closet as well. When I took out when I found some of the boxes in my closet, I found a box of roughly 1,500, 2,000 Dodger cards, all from the junk wax era, starting with the 1985 Donruss up to like 1999. I have roughly 1,500 to 2,000 Dodger cards, and I don't count them as part of my collection, but I am gonna clean up. I'm gonna clean up just what they look like. I'm gonna put dividers in there. I'm gonna probably open a different TCDB account and track that part of the collection in there, along with I found 3 binders full of hockey cards. A 1981-82 O-Pee-Chee near set, and then a complete 89-90 O-Pee-Chee set. I think I want to say a 90 or 91 Premier set, and the first 2 Upper Deck seasons. So I'm taking those out of the closet, and I'm going to add those to my inventory on TCDB, the trading card database. But I'm going to take the binders out and display them along with my baseball cards as well. So, as I mentioned in my previous video, card collecting isn't just about buying cards. It's about sorting your cards and organizing them. And are we going to put them in binders? Are we going to put them in top loaders? What are we going to do with these cards? So, in preparation for showing off my card room, I found some cards that I wanted to clean up and just, bring them out into the open, get them out of the closet, so to speak. So, today's video, I picked up a 1934 Gaudy Linus Fry, and I'm ready to show off finally. Because of that completes my 1934 Gaudy Dodger team set. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you guys those. All right, here we go. Let's take a look. All right, before I show you my 1934 Gaudy set, I'm sure you've seen this card in a lot of other YouTubers' videos. We lost Hall of Famer Gaylord Perry this past week. 300 game winner, 2-time Cy Young Award winner. I think he won more than 20 games 5 times in a season. I do. When I first started watching baseball, I do know that he was on the Giants. He led them to the National League West Division title in 1971, and was traded to Cleveland the next year for Sudden Sam McDowell. And we've all heard the stories about the spitter, how he used it, and how he had like Vaseline on the brim of his cap, and amongst other things. Great pitcher though, from the 60s, 70s. I think he even pitched into the 80s. I picked up this rookie card a few years ago, and I think it's time to acknowledge one of the great players that we've lost this past week. So that's Gaylord Perry. All right, on to the 1934 Dodgers. We're going to start off with Ray Benj. He was a pitcher. He only pitched 3 seasons with the Dodgers from 1933 to 1936. Really not much to say about him. At this point, the Dodgers just had players basically on the field at this point. Let's go on to the next guy, and that's going to be another pitcher by the name of Joe Strip. Joe Strip, he played 6 seasons. I'm sorry, he's not a pitcher, he's a third baseman. Played third base with the Dodgers from 1933 to 1937. Make that 1932. In 5 of the 6 seasons with the Dodgers, he batted over 300, and he managed to play 140 to 150 games. So he was a solid player. I would think that his one real claim to fame was he was one of the players included in the trade that sent 3 or 4 Dodgers to the Cardinals for Leo DeRocher, who became their starting shortstop and eventually became their manager for the next few years. So I would think that would be Joe Strip's claim to fame. But he's now in my card collection, which I value. All right, next up is John Frederick. He played the outfield for 6 seasons with Brooklyn from 1929 to 1934. I think his one claim to fame, he led the league in doubles in 1929 with 52. And his contract was eventually traded off to Sacramento in the old PCL minor league system. So that's John Frederick. You're not going to see these great talents of players on the Dodgers. Next up is Sam Leslie, who played 3 seasons with the Dodgers from 1933 to 1935. He was brought over in a trade that sent Lefty O'Doul back to New York. Let's look at his back. I think this is the one set I didn't have writing on in the 30s. I'm not sure. So that's Sam Leslie. Good looking uniforms though. And I like the 34 Gaddies with the players in the back. And the Lou Gehrig says here on the bottom. That's great. All right, coming up next is Walter Boom Boom Beck. I love that nickname. He only pitched 2 seasons with Brooklyn in 1933 and 1934. He lost 20 games in 1933. His nickname Boom Boom was earned when he was pitching against the Phillies in 1934, and he allowed a bunch of line drives that struck the metal outfield wall over at the old Baker Bowl. And each time it made a booming sound. Eventually, Dodger manager Casey Stengel came to take him out of the game, and Beck was not only frustrated with his performance, and he was frustrated for being removed. So while he was being taken out, he threw the baseball he had in his hand at the outfield wall, where it hit and made another booming sound. And Dodger outfielder Hack Wilson, who wasn't paying attention at the time, hearing the ball hit the fence and thinking that the game had resumed, Wilson hurriedly chased the ball down and threw it back into the infield. So that's probably the best story you're going to get out of this group of players that I'm showing you, Walter Beck. And the last guy on this list is Linus, or his real name's Lonnie, Linus Fry. He played 4 seasons with the Dodgers from 1933 to 1936. And he later played in 3 All-Star games as a member of the Reds. And he played in 2 World Series for the Reds in 1939 and 1940. And those were his best seasons in the major leagues. So those are it's this set is only 6 players. And if you're a Dodger team collector, you kind of breathe a sigh of relief because if you're comparing these 34s or even 1933 Gaudis, if you compare them to the Yankees had Ruth, Gehrig, um, Red Ruffing, Lefty Gomez, Bill Dickey. Those guys all had cards. The guys the Dodgers had weren't the best. I said this numerous times and I won't say it again. They just put guys to put on the field. I don't think they were really concerned about winning in the late 20s and all the way through the 30s. But it makes it easier if you're a team collector of the Dodgers, as this set is only features 6 players in it. So that's my 1934 Gaudy set. I appreciate you guys for watching. Tune in next week, and I will be showing off my baseball card room. Have a great weekend, you guys.